Look alive, Fringers.
It's 2099 and we are live and loud in the underground. From the streets to the scar. Keep your chip hidden, your gun loaded, and never trade your soul for souls.
Turn it up and let them know.
Big Brother is watching. Time to put on a show.
Hello, Fringers. Howdy, buckaroos and cockatoos. Welcome to episode 2 of Neon Trails, the new Identico actual play. I'm glad someone laughed at that. I tried really hard. I'm your game runner, the Caleb G. With me tonight is a talented cast of adorable performers. Some of them may or may not be fried chicken. First up, it's Milk's favorite cookie, Mallo, playing Galen.
Hello, everyone. Welcome into the show tonight.
Next up, a little elfin magic goes a long way. It's Wild, playing B.
Hello, I am here tonight. I'm glad you are too.
Someone passed the captcha. I don't know what happened. Unwrapping a smile, it is Pete playing Dog.
Hey.
I appreciate the pause. Thank you. Nobody bakes a cake as tasty as Lauren, playing Drall. I did a theme, and it's working. I like this. I'm going to keep this bit going. Buckle up. And crazy with the chips, it's Ethan playing Mox.
Just remember, it all comes down to chicken.
It does. It really does.
That's it. That's the whole game. As usual, we do have a little housekeeping before we get to it. Identico is now live every Tuesday on twitch.tv/Identico. We are alternating games of Chaos Inc. and Neon Trails every week at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, and math in the middle. You can see episode archives and how to play video series, I don't know, over at youtube.com/Identico. Mallo's making them right now, and they're great.
Look for a new one coming out this week on how to level up your character and use these fancy identity points we have.
Ooh, that's great, because I've got to level up my character for Chaos Inc., which I forgot about until just this moment, so maybe I'll watch the video. Be sure to subscribe, like, and leave us some comments. Please leave us comments about chicken.
Yes.
Your favorite chicken, how you like to bake chicken, fried chicken, your chicken recipe, why you don't like chicken. We just want to talk about chicken.
We might ban you if you say you don't like chicken, though.
If you don't like chicken, no comment.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like chicken?
I'm sure someone doesn't like chicken.
No offense, vegans, I guess.
I've never tried vegan chicken. I don't know. You can find out. If vegan chicken's good, leave that in the comments too. Tell me which one to try. Be sure to also follow us on the socials for announcements, news, and continued up-to-the-date chicken talk. Look for us at Identico and at Humanoid Games. I was going to say which platforms were which, but everything's all wonky right now, and who knows what names are what, and they might be changing as we speak. They might be evolving into robots to hunt us down and replace us with fried chicken. Who knows? Just follow us somewhere. Also, go to playidentico.com, where you can read the basic core rules for free. You can pick up the latest adventure, The Good Doctor, written by someone in this room. You can pick up the books, the stickers, other merch, all kinds of goodies. If you're on Twitch right now, which I'm assuming you are, or maybe later, or maybe not, I don't know. Spend those channel points to give us rerolls and to keep shenanigans going. Before we start, Mallo has something to say. It's not about chicken.
It's not about chicken, though it should be now. I don't know how to work that into this monologue real quick. We're going to start tonight off on a little bit of a serious note. We wanted to take a moment to say that everyone here at Neon Trails and the larger Identico family support our friends and brethren in SAG-AFTRA and the Writers Guild of America in their labor strikes. We also support our other actual play brethren who have passed and paused on production, showing their support for fellow actors, writers, and voice actors. This cast is made largely of writers, voice actors, content creators, and other performance artists who make a living creating in our own worlds and those that have been written by these amazing talents. So it is not remiss in us the hard work and dedication that they put into it. One of the long-standing lessons that we try to teach through Identico is, through our game, our books, our shows, all of that, is the importance of taking care of each other, especially in the face of corporate greed and corruption. And things are changing a lot for creatives out there, even beyond Hollywood. As Caleb mentioned, the tech industry, which is fueling a lot of this AI hype, is suffering a lot of missteps and making it harder for those of us out there who have made a living off of this kind of stuff in the future to continue making a living. So at the end of the day, we hope that this strike is fruitful for everybody involved, for our creative friends and brethren, that it ends quickly, and that more people are not out of jobs and that they can come back and give us even better stuff. Even if what they continue to give us is Barbie and Oppenheimer double feature, I'll take it. So we love you. Take care of yourselves out there, okay?
More Barbie movies just to see more people get upset about them.
I mean, I've seen a lot of people get upset about Barbie movies, but I have seen a lot of fabulous, amazing Barbie stuff out there. So I'll take the latter.
Reaction.
Yeah.
100%. All right. All of that being said, let's remember what happened a few weeks ago on episode 1. Galen and Drall drove into the desert chasing a bounty on Mox, a scientist who built a prototype miniature dark wave generator. That was a visual joke. If you're on the podcast, I was doing air quotes, and
they hurt
like that.
Every single one of them.
Stuff it in a barrel and set it on fire. After acquiring Mox, the group was accosted by a small group of raiders in bone armor who came to a quick and explosive demise. This was witnessed by Bee and Dog, local scavengers from Solace, out on a night's work. The two groups returned to the nearby hidden city of Solace, a haven for travelers and those living outside the influences of corporate metroplexes. Drall took Galen and Mox to her home and waited for a meetup with Galen's contact for Mox's bounty. Bee and Dog dropped off the salvage of the Bone Raiders' dirt bikes and bodies at her shop and headed to their favorite local bar, the Barfly. Coincidentally, that's where Drall, Galen, and Mox headed as well. Bee and Dog got some snacks and drinks from Ferdy, the Barfly's owner. Drall, Galen, and Mox entered later and got beers. Soon after, two seemingly corporate individuals entered, a tall gentleman dressed in slick black and his even taller Amazon bodyguard. They spoke to Galen and scanned Mox's device, then asked what subterfuge was occurring. And that was the nice version of it. We'll pick up right in the moment as the man introducing himself as Donovan Silk said, "What kind of bullshit are you trying to pull?"
I'm sorry, were you upset with me or him?
I'm upset with whoever is trying to sell me this box of pinball parts.
Oh, so not me. I'm not trying to sell you anything.
Okay, well, now hold on here. Now, my fine associate brought you a package. Now, you told me to go find him and get a package. And this is what he brought us. We met at the right time and place and everything. Now, I'm just saying, we've done the things that we need to be doing with this in this deal. You didn't tell me what it is that we were supposed to be picking up. You just said go pick him up and get a package. Thus, we've got a package. Unless you're meaning a different type of package, and that's not something that myself and my fine associates work in. So let's continue to talk in here now. This gentleman brought things. Now, no, I'm sorry, it's not up to your liking, but
why would I spend all of this money to buy junk that I could have picked up out of a trash can? I put the request out to obtain Mox and his endeavors, and now you have brought me something that is clearly useless. I can only assume that you are attempting to double dip, take the money, and keep the device for yourself. So bring out the correct device, or all of these souls walk away.
Question: did you you said that you'd heard of me. How did you find out exactly about my endeavors? Exactly, if you don't mind my asking.
I do mind you asking.
Oh, well then, fuck me.
Now. And Drall steps slightly forward. She's kind of been sticking to the shadows, and she takes off her oversized hoodie and shawl that was covering her mouth. She puts both hands in the air, and she says, Now, we're as surprised as you are about whatever this is. And she gestures to the monks. So, now, how can we help you help us? Help? Yeah, what can we do for you?
Donovan does that thing where he is clearly and intentionally taking a breath to center himself before he speaks. The woman next to him, who had scanned the device with her glow, you see her shift on her body language, and she very subtly shifts the placement of her feet, kind of opening herself up tactically to the rest of the room. Donovan says, well, I appreciate a conversation coming from a clear-headed individual. I'm a businessman, you're a businesswoman. I have some money to spend here, and I have a very specific purpose to spend them for. I did not come all the way out here to waste my time. And you did not waste your time this evening to not get paid. Let's assume that this was an accident, and the device maybe was left in your vehicle or in a different location for safety. I completely understand the caution working with people like me, with people like you, no offense intended. We all have to guard ourselves. So,
I said she just crosses her arms.
Oh, yeah. Let's reset, as they say. Thank you for meeting me. I appreciate that. Let's discuss a payment and the active, accurate device along with its creator being brought to me.
Okay, well, the way that I appreciate you coming this far, especially to my humble hometown here, where you like to operate with a sense of peace. It's good for you to be seen in such a location. I think it probably boosts morale.
As you are saying that, can you make me a real quick insight check?
Okay. Insight. Okay, that is gonna be. Bother. 11.
Galen, make one for me as well. Drall, you see him, as you're speaking to him, take up kind of a very casual, not crossed his arms like leaning back pose, but his body language shifts to be a little bit more neutral.
That is going to be a 6.
You, Galen, hear a little bit of a commotion, and you glance over. What are Bee and Dog doing at this moment?
Well, we were sitting in the corner on Ferdy's advice, drinking, if I remember correctly. We got scolded.
Oh yeah, but I'm listening in. There's a really tall, pretty lady over there in corpo stuff.
Can we say that maybe Bee was like doing the lean on her hand thing, but like you were on the edge of the table and it kind of flipped out from under you a little bit? Because like the top of the table is a piece of wood on like a big barrel, but it's not bolted down enough. So it kind of, but it like reset itself. So Galen, that's what you heard, and that's why you were a little bit distracted. Donovan takes that more neutral, kind of relaxed pose. Look, I don't want to be here any longer than I have to. I know what he has been building. I need it. That's why I hired you to bring him and it here. But unless we have a working prototype, I can't return to my employers. So, I wouldn't have brought it with me either. Let's be honest. I know how business is done. Is it side? Is it behind the bar? I'm sure you know people here.
She leans forward. And her arms are still crossed. Between the two of us? And she looks over at Mox. It's a fucking shit show. It's not here. I'm pissed. I wanted to get paid. And now I can't. And now you can't get paid, so we're at an impasse. Like I said, I think it boosts morale that you're here, and I'm glad you stopped in. I'm sorry to have wasted your time. But unfortunately, and she puts her arms up to Galen and Mox, don't have what you're looking for. How can we move past that?
All right, so
I have a few ideas about that personally.
I want to ask you just a real quick question here. Are you trying to persuade him? Are you trying to intimidate him? Are you trying to bluff your way through the conversation? Like, what's your intent behind this?
My intention is to persuade with reason.
Okay. I think there's a persuasion check here coming, so...
I get to do the thing with the click rocks.
Yeah.
It's an 18 on the die. Let me see what... Ooh. 23.
Nice. All right. Drall, you leaned forward. You were talking to him. You've got that sense that something's a little hinky right now. A danger sense is flaring. As you talk to him about resolving this and moving on, he takes a long blink, and you see a little bit of sweat run down his brow. And you know that he is not what he seems. Some sort of double take is going on here.
Oh, this motherfucker don't know what a DRG is either. Get him.
Mox, let's pause in the heat of the moment, in the heat of the tension. Let's pause for a second. Mox, take us back to when you first started working on this dark wave generator. What was your intention in building this?
This device
this smaller, localized, more convenient darkwave generator, at least the concept of it.
More compact, more portable, more directional.
Was more of a means to an end than the end itself. Mox has ambitions for himself and for technology writ large. And in order to achieve those, he needs both funds and the... Sometimes change is best made from some sort of internal position. And so at least having shown his capabilities, having developed something like that would provide him the funds and the status, so to speak, with some people in the underground tech community to try to change certain things.
Very good. As you were working on this, were you, in a sense, working on it in a vacuum, or were you putting those feelers out there about what you were doing, what was in progress, trying to draw some attention to it?
Wasn't really trying to draw much attention to it, especially until it was done. Then let's get the attention. You don't draw attention to your show before you know you can put on a performance. But, I had to ask for certain pieces of information here and there from other tech heads. And Mox tried to not ask the same person too many questions, lest they figure out exactly what the purpose of those questions was. But for the most part, tried to handle it himself as much as he could.
And one last question for you. Someone got a hold of you and told you to be out at that crossroads earlier tonight. How did that conversation go? What happened with that?
There were two kind of conflicting reactions that Mox had, and one of them won out. The first was,
What the fuck? How did I hear about this? Must have said something to the wrong person. I knew one of those fuckers would talk eventually.
but the other thought was, if someone is wanting to buy this off of me, depending on certain conditions and the amount, that might already achieve the goal that I had in mind, thus allowing me to stop working on this and start focusing on my larger aspirations.
Okay, I lied. One more question. Does Mox consider the device finished?
Oh, God, no. Shaded. I bet I haven't even gotten the road test this yet. We go at least a year, at least, before it's ready to go into more production.
Cool. Good. Thank you. So we had this little fade out to some of Mox's memories there. We're going to fade back in. Heat of the moment. Drall is kind of in this showdown with this Donovan fellow. Mox, you are puzzling over some of these details, and your mind has been flashing back to, okay, I talked to so-and-so about that capacitor, and then I put that phone call in about some of the superconductors and the coolers, and they were the wrong size. It was too big, and I had to have them retool. Like, you're kind of playing over who you might have interacted with. And then your mind keeps kind of coming back to who really was on the phone to pull you out of your workshop in the middle of the night with a whole lot of souls on the table, a lot of zeros that made that worthwhile. So I would like you to make an insight check as well. Do so with advantage.
grateful for that advantage because that took it from a 4 on the die to a nat 20. So the total there is a 22.
First nat 20 of the night, coming in clutch because two things as you are puzzling all of this out while this conversation is happening about you while ignoring you, which is really frustrating. Two things come to mind. One, you recognize his voice. It's a little modulated. Inflections are a little different. Some of the cadence of his word choices are a little different, but you are certain beyond shadow of a doubt that this is one of the individuals you were working with during your development process. The second thing you realize is that he is flop sweating and bluffing his ass off. And he is terrified that this conversation is going to go south on him. You're pretty sure you notice him like shaking a little bit in his shirt, like something's real wrong right now. And you look over at Drall, you look over at Galen. These are two, pretty cool, pretty slick operators. You don't think they notice.
Question. Do I, with that role, recognize what part of the process I was working with or consulting this individual on?
Power supply. It was the power supply, and it was too big. It wasn't fitting into where it needed to be in this device. You had to work with them to retool it. That's why your interaction with them went on a little bit longer than you would have felt comfortable. But
look, I'm so sorry to chime in here. Clearly, I'm supposed to be part of the scenery and not actually part of the discussion here. But if I could just insert myself, I personally, I feel terrible. I truly do. I expected to have this perfect, ready to go. Yeah. But unfortunately, this fucking prick I've been working with on the power supply doesn't know his anus from his elbow. I swear to God, I had to hit
As you are saying this, and Mox continues this monologue here. Donovan's the color in his face drains. This guy goes from I'm the slick shit corporate in charge. Drall and Galen, you see the blood leave his body and go somewhere else. He turns the shade of white you haven't seen in a while. His eyes get real big. He had those little tiny sunglasses. Like, his eyes are super big, super dilated. You see him glance up at his bodyguard because she's significantly taller than him. And she is taking a step back from him slightly.
And, Donnie, can I call you Donnie? Is that all right? In my experience, the thing that pissed me off the most about this fuckhead, other than his absolute incompetence, was the fact that no matter how many times he fucked up, he never just apologized. Sometimes that's all it takes. So, Donnie, I think you and I can agree, sometimes when you fuck up, it's just best to apologize and walk away, right?
Am I picking up on anything that Mox is putting down at this point?
Oh, this is plain as day to both of you. No two ways about it.
Okay,
this is clear as day.
Because does Galen actually believe... Galen doesn't actually believe these two are from the city, right? He knows these types.
I feel as talented as Galen is, we don't need a roll here. When Donovan first walked into the room, he seemed like a typical guy from a city that would hire someone like you to do some dirty work.
Mm-hmm.
as this exchange has happened, it's almost like Mox is the bad cop in the interrogation room, which Galen is very familiar with. You see the body language changing. You see this persona that Donovan walked into the bar with evaporating. He is broken. You know that this is wrong. And actually, as you are observing this, Mox, I feel like you're not maybe antagonistically moving towards him, but your body language and your words are so powerful right now. He is stepping back from you.
The only way he gets any closer is he just leans in onto the table and like tense his fingers a little bit. but is trying to remain, other than that, very conversational about the entire thing.
I also feel like Argo is maybe playing something very softly. What might that be?
Argos starts to just softly play Sympathy for the Devil by the Stones.
In that moment when Mox kind of leans forward and temples his fingers, which would kind of be the verbal equivalent of punching this guy in the mouth.
Please allow me to introduce myself.
Donovan steps back a step too far, backs into one of these makeshift tables, knocks it over, and falls on his ass in the middle of the bar. Bee and Dog, you obviously noticed this happening because you were watching very closely. You may not have heard every word of the exchange, but you definitely saw the power dynamic shift.
Careful, Donnie.
And he is kind of crab walking backwards right now, trying to get up on his feet. All of you, please make a perception check for me.
Dog has rolled a 17.
I got a 12.
Ooh.
13.
I got a 16.
16.
Oof. Okay. Everyone notices that as Donovan is trying to push himself back up to his feet and just kind of pushing the table backwards, like he's trying to lever himself up on it, but the table's scooting across the floor while he's trying to put his weight on it. It's really not working quite right. Not only is he like panicking more, you see his entire face like shift and blink out for a second, and you see some of the his features rearrange themselves and then slide back into what they looked like before. And very clearly, his glamour is not quite working right tonight.
Drall, upon seeing this, since she's pretty close to him, and would have, I mean, everybody freaking saw what just went down with Mox. What up, my dude? Okay, first of all, but she's going to, she was standing really tall and intimidating before. She's just gonna slap. You ended the game. Bummer. Well, not in our town, I guess. And she's just gonna turn her back on him and walk behind Galen.
You know, one other thing about me, Donnie, while I'm just recounting myself to you. Finish standing up. Come on. There you go. Interesting line of work. I'm in underground tech and all that. It's all about your reputation in the community. Hell, if I do one thing that fucks over well my friend, I might as well just cut and run then. It would be terrible if I were to have betrayed the confidence of one of my contacts. You know, bringing this up, you know, apropos nothing. Just a thought that I had.
He takes a long pause. He's trying to like push his sunglasses back up on his nose. He looks up at his bodyguard again, and you see in his face, it's that, are you gonna do something? Expectation. And she turns and walks to the bar to get a drink from Ferdy.
Galen will walk to the bar as well.
Get it, boy.
In fact, he'll buy the drink because he's
Okay.
seen what's happened and he's like, gigs up, got it. Let's drink.
I'm gonna pause right there. We're gonna come back to that in a second. Bee and Dog, you saw this guy fall on his ass. You saw his face shift with the glamour a little bit. You're used to that tech. Like no one uses it a lot, but you're familiar with the tech. You can clearly, it was that moment where the bar kind of quieted, but then other people just don't give a shit. You're clearly paying attention to this. What are you two doing?
Yeah, what the shit? If you wanted to mask yourself, maybe don't mask your face. Don't wear a goddamn suit in here.
And you said that out loud to him?
Yeah.
Dom, who are you talking to? Wait, hold on. That lady's going up to the bar.
Yeah, that's fine. Just her, ma'am.
Dog, can you give me, I want to say insight, but we've been using that one a lot here. Dog as a person has kind of an interesting perception history with some of the corpse and the metroplexes and why he's out here in Solace, right?
That's a yes, confirmed.
How does Dog value kind of like the sanctity of the idea of Solace, this very much isolated but safe community?
Yeah, if you're wearing a suit, stay the fuck out. I mean, that's a short of it. Do you want you want more detail?
No, I think that's good. So give me either an investigation check or an underworld check.
Well, that's a natural one, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Okay.
You have rerolls if you want to.
Yeah. What kind of rerolls do we have out there?
I mean, GM, does this make your job easier or harder if I just keep the one?
I would love it if you kept the one, and I would love it if you rerolled it. It's up to you.
Let's
go with the one.
Keep the one.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So this is all adrenaline and bravado right now, Dog. You suddenly clicks to you that this corporate asshole is in your town. You don't know how he got in your town. Corp shits aren't supposed to be allowed in here. You're angry that this guy is not only in your town, but in your bar with your friend.
Yeah.
Like, you're real goddamn mad right now.
Yeah.
And the more you look at him, the more you think he's, 5 pounds of shit in a 10-pound bag. You are pretty sure he's just trying to put on a big show.
I mean, it's putting a veneer on chicken shit. He's chicken shit, but trying to be chicken salad. Let's say it.
Or fried chicken, one might say.
Right. Yeah. Let's see what the chicken theme here.
All right. So are you kind of taking on this attitude from where you were, or are you advancing on him?
I mean, it seems like the situation has handled itself, and I've already let my my thoughts be known aloud.
Okay.
And he's clearly pretty embarrassed and ran to the bar to get a drink. So I'm just gonna sit there. I'm gonna keep an eye on the situation, but I'm just sitting there like, oh, this. I mean, maybe 2 more beers, and I'll start being like, hey.
Okay. All right. Do me one more favor. Give me just a plain old charisma roll.
I
With
specifically,
advantage.
I specifically did not reroll my stat for charisma when making this character. So this
Good.
would be great. Have a penalty, actually.
Good.
That'll be a 12 in total.
With advantage.
Oh, with advantage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh, that'll be a 15 with
Cool.
advantage.
So as Dog is saying this, a half dozen fellow partakers of the barfly kind of pick up on what you're putting down, and maybe not, haul this guy up on their shoulders and run him out of town, but they get up from where they're sitting and strongly encourage Donovan to walk out of the bar.
Damn, Benji.
While this is happening, let's flash back up to the bar itself. Galen, you've walked up to this blonde Amazon goddess, and you buy her a drink. Ferdy brings it over. She nods at you. B,
Yeah.
did you walk up while this was happening?
Oh, heck yes.
Okay, cool.
I got to put down the arm, so I'm hiding it behind my back as I'm walking up because I know Ferdy's going to be mad at me.
I really want you to be holding it in a way that it maybe accidentally flops over your shoulder if you're not careful.
Yes, like
Okay.
I can give myself like a pat on the back if I need to for
Yeah.
self-support.
Yeah. Okay. So Galen, she's accepted the drink, giving you a little nod.
I kind of like sidle up and just kind of do one of those things where I lean on the bar, turn towards her, and I go, well, we figured out which boy's story is. What's yours?
Paycheck's a paycheck, just like you.
Yeah, fair enough. You got any plans tonight?
Well, I was going to be finishing the second half of this delivery, but and she looks over and sees that interaction with Dog kind of resolving and Donovan kind of being ushered out of the bar. Guess I'll be heading home.
I mean, maybe hang around a little bit. And he kind of nods behind her shoulder where I imagine she turns around. If she turns around, there's a very excited bee standing behind her.
Wild, how tall is B?
Solomon.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, this is
Hi.
Yeah.
Galen just kind of smirks as she turns around to look at me and then just walks back off towards the table, towards Mox and them. He's thinking in the middle of his head, he's thinking, my work here's done.
As you walk away, though, what would to borrow a mechanic from another system? If Galen was gonna maybe take 10 on an insight check, what would that number be?
On the insight check?
Yeah.
I mean, God, it's been forever since I've had to take 10 on anything. Holy crap.
So 10 plus your modifier for making an insight check with your relevant stat modifier.
Yeah, so it would be a 12 because I've got a 2 in the insight. Yeah, 2 in the insight.
Okay.
Or actually, no, I think.
Well, 12 is fine.
Yeah, no, it'd be a 12. Yeah.
Yeah, a 12 would be fine. She's hiding something.
Okay.
You didn't feel the need to dig.
No,
But-
she. You see, the thing about it is Galen wanted to get paid tonight, and past the point of getting paid, now that Mox has showed his hand, Galen's like, well, fuck it. Let's just drink and have a good time at the bar. We might as well we're here at the bar, and now he's got this new guy, so now let's go talk to the new guy. Like, he's going to be a little social, not a social butterfly per se, but he's not going to have, his hand was at the ready on Juliet, and the minute things got less tense, he was like, well, fuck it.
Cool. But you it sticks in your head, and maybe you just file it away for later. What she was saying about, well, I would have been driving to complete the job, and now I guess I'm just going to go home. Like, you know that's a lie.
Yeah.
Straight up. You don't know what she's lying about, but you know that wasn't what the plan was.
Yeah, no, Galen is thinking there could have been a double, even the triple cross to the kind of thing.
Yeah.
There could have been all sorts of other stuff. He's even looking for bone armor under there for all he knows. He's had a night. Like,
speaking of bone armor, B. So she looks down. Hi. How are you?
Have you been here before? My name's B. It's good to see you. Do you want another drink?
I could do with another B. No, I don't know if I've been here before.
Well, welcome. This is Birdie's Far Black. I'm glad you're here. Birdie, can you order some more drinks? And one for that fella over there who bought her the first drink.
While you were kind of stumbling over the words there, Ferdy was just pushing a drink into your free hand, like, and then pushing your hand towards her. And then she just pats you on the head and goes to help somebody else.
Thanks, Ferdy. Thanks, Ferdy.
Yes. Ask her name.
Right. What's your name? Gorgeous?
And she smiles. I'm Callisto.
Oh, that's such a pretty name. Are those your friends back there? Did you want to drink up here? Or with your friends? Or...
I don't have any friends here, B.
Oh.
Not yet.
I could be your friend if you wanted.
Never been here before, so I might need one.
Oh, well, you're in luck. I live here.
Can you make an insight check with disadvantage for being smitten?
Oh, God. Hold on.
Twitch has those new content guidelines we have to do. I might have to label this next time with the one.
What's the identical equivalent of being caught flat-footed? 'Cause I think that's it.
Okay, just for the record, this would be legit, like, wildly talking to a pretty lady in public. So this is all me, baby.
Somehow that makes it more endearing.
Sometimes art reflects reality. Sometimes reality reflects art.
It's too true.
Okay. This episode brought to you by awkward human interactions. We all have trouble with it.
So with a disadvantage, I rolled a 9.
Cool. She's never been here before. She needs help finding her way around, and she super loves the fact that you're offering to be her little tour guide. And she says, so, we've seen the bar. Where else can we go?
But there's an entire city out there if you want to see. I can give you an earnest tour.
Take me to your favorite spot.
Okay. And B's like...
Suddenly Marvin Gaye starts playing from Argos. Let's get it on.
And I think B and her new friend Callisto exit the bar. So let's follow the camera back to to maybe Galen and Mox and Drall. What are you three up to?
Good job, me.
So Galen will sit down with Galen will sit down with his beer and just kind of look at Mox and be like, "All right, now level with me here now. We both know." What, say that again now.
I said, I'm there too.
Yes.
Hi. Yes, I'm still here.
Yep.
I'm paying attention. You got this. Go,
Yeah.
Galen.
So, what's your actual deal here now? You know? And he points over to the guy getting, put it nicely, escorted out of the bar.
By this point, that dude's been completely ousted out of the bar. The bar's gone back to regular bar shenanigans.
So
he's gone.
He's just kind of looking down. He's like, "So what's your story, man? What's your story?"
You know, it's wonderful that you asked me that, because I was honestly waiting for the right moment to ask the two of you that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't the two of you supposed to be fucking professionals? Hmm?
Yeah.
Yeah. How the fuck did you believe that? Look, did you see his flop sweat?
Well, in fairness,
the shit. No, it was waterfalls. What's wrong with you?
Well, they hadn't met us beforehand, so had we seen them?
He was just nervous to meet you. Is that what it was?
No.
He got anxiety about it, yeah.
No. We've had these kinds of deals go down before, and sometimes when you call the bluff, they don't play the cards all very well. Let's put it that way. So that's mighty fine talking you did back there, though. That's mighty fine.
Sure was.
Thank you, I suppose. Out of curiosity, since I managed to help prevent unpleasantness for you all, can I, go?
Drall is going to look at Galen. Well, I don't give a flip what you do, because I wasn't going to get a cash out for this anyway. I was kind of mostly just doing my guy here a favor. So, we should probably figure out why those guys felt the need to come for you specifically.
Oh, I mean, he probably just wanted to skip doing the work and sell what I was doing to someone else. Not that complicated.
Fucking corpo bullshit.
Were they actually corpo, though?
Seems pretty regular.
I mean, yeah, but...
So, Mox, one of the things you know, because you clearly know who this Donovan fellow is.
Tony.
You know that he was just another independent, off-the-grid creator like yourself. You know he didn't have any major corporate connections, at least as far as you were aware. He didn't have the funds unless he was real good at lying, which tonight proved he's really not. It makes sense to you that he was maybe just trying to jack your work and claim it as his own.
But on the other hand,
and this is Mock saying that out loud,
maybe, he was just trying to cut corners, steal someone else's work so that he could profit from it, but I don't know. We tend to survive by staying in the shadows. I don't feel like this was his style, his MO, so to speak.
Sorry for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
For himself.
Working for somebody, trying to pay somebody off. Maybe he got threatened.
If he's working for himself, he needs to fire some bosses.
There's no way he could have pulled her.
pointing towards the door where B just walked out with the Amazon woman.
Yeah.
I don't even mean it in that way. I mean, she had to... How do I say this without sounding impolite? But she had to cost a lot.
She wasn't what Well, let's just say she might have been the brains of the operation. I'm not entirely sure, but
That's probably why she left.
probably, yeah. But tell me now, you have this invention and you mentioned that you found 5 things wrong with my studious mode of transportation and all. Perhaps there are ways that we could work together on something now.
Mox kind of looks around the bar, but you can tell that while he's looking around the bar, he's in his mind looking past the walls here and looking at Solace writ large.
There does seem to be room for opportunities here. And you two, not the worst lot of thing. Not the best. Not the worst.
Okay, listen, in my defense, okay?
Oh, please go.
Sit down and I will tell you a story, my dear friend. I hadn't recognized those guys. And if I don't recognize someone, there's usually a problem. So I was already on edge. I was a little nervous. You were on the line. I don't like going in unprepared, and woefully, I was underprepared.
Oh.
So I think it ended fine. You did a great job.
Oh, please allow me to sincerely apologize for the inconvenience me being sold caused you.
To be honest, it was an inconvenience, so thank you for apologizing.
You're welcome.
I love it when a plan works perfectly. Now, the only problem is that we didn't end up paid tonight, so we're gonna need to make some of that money back. But I think that we can make this a mutual payment. There's got to be some things that you'll need to actually make, and he points down to the box in front of him. It's to make that an actual prototype. Perhaps we could acquire those things for you.
Oh, I can get you anything you need.
Mox's posture changes a little as he leans forward.
So are you suggesting some sort of partnership then?
I mean, why not? Seems we've worked together pretty well tonight. The Amazon woman didn't take anybody's head off, and in fact, I think she might end up with a good evening on her hands, and we're all safe and drinking for the better of it, so. Oh, and we smoked a few people out in the desert. Not like that, though.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was very good. I wish I could have seen the boom, but you know, other than that.
Wasn't awful at all. I actually had a pretty good time.
Yeah.
I don't usually have fun on my jobs.
Next time, Mox, I promise I'll let you see the boot.
Well, if you want some kind of partnership, maybe something like 60, 20, 20 for any type of payment or income generated by this invention.
Galen looks over at Drall and is trying to kind of try to pull her thoughts on this.
She is gonna lean forward with her back to Mox, but her arms crossed. You know, kind of like when you're trying to be suave but you're trying to say a thing. So she's gonna lean over. Honestly, what have we got to lose? I mean,
Sounds like a partnership, friend. Now, I will say this is not the only types of jobs that we take, so perhaps if you would like to help us on some jobs, we can also work out a nice way of splitting the souls that we get.
This type of work isn't cheap. Man needs to make a living. Drall, you happen to know anywhere around here that might have room for rent, so to speak?
Drall, when he asks that, and you'd been thinking earlier when he had been talking about like needing supplies and maybe fixing up the Winnebago and things like that, you were kind of running through your mental Rolodex. Rolodex audience, if you're not aware, because you're all young, that's the sorry. You're running through your contact list, and you noticed a dog sitting there a few tables down. He's a top-notch guy for finding stuff that you need and getting it without too many questions asked. He's pretty happy-go-lucky, and then Mox just said somewhere to stay, and dog typically has a spare room because who wants to stay with dog for too long?
Everybody.
I'm an immaculate host. I
put almonds in soap out every morning.
Drall is gonna, she's gonna kind of cock her hip to the side. Yeah. Well, that is awfully convenient. I do know somebody.
Very convenient.
Huh?
Very convenient.
Yeah, I do know somebody. I know a couple people, but I think I know who's good for this. Anywhere but my place. And she's just gonna walk right over to Doc.
Question. 2 questions. How many beers have I had?
Yeah.
8.
Oh, he's going over his limit.
Extras. I paid for one. Hey, you left. Tough shit.
That's true. That's true.
Someone else bought him a beer for being a big shot and throwing that piece of shit out the bar.
Either that or I was like, Ferdy, she said 8. She changed the deal, and I don't remember it. Second of all, question. My own real life beer is a little hit. What? Did they all? That's what it is. Did they all 3 look over at me at one time whenever they were talking?
I wouldn't have guessed your name.
I feel like maybe Drall did, and then the other 2 did, like a beat later.
Hey, hey, how's it going? What? Staring's not free.
Hey, and she's just gonna lean on the table. How are you?
Nobody's ever asked me that before.
Wait, holy shit, are you serious?
Probably, maybe, I don't know. How are you? I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. How are you? I mean, I think we covered that.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
So, what? Y'all chitter chattering over there, bringing in a bunch of people in suits. This guy got a fake face, and then you got look like a box made out of styrofoam and peanuts, duct tape, a bunch of stuff. What is that?
It is a super top secret collection that my friend is working on. Do you want in on the? No, it's a piece of shit. Anyway,
Oh, that's good. That's good. I work for the government. I was going to tell you. I need to know about that. Go ahead.
Wait, you work for the government?
You don't worry about it. What's up?
What's up? So she is going to say, "How are you?" and then laugh. She goes, "Doug, listen. I need a favor, and I need to know what it's going to cost me."
There are a lot of variables we have skipped over just now. What am I helping with? And am I doing this hourly, or are we looking at like a salary position?
Well, I was kind of just hoping you would be like a more like gung-ho, yes-no kind of guy.
I don't know Kung Fu.
Ask questions later.
You
were in the prime position for that sort of
Hold on, let me, well, I'm guessing it's with those 2 over there at the bar? Just whisper?
Just one. And how do you feel about having weird shit in your house? Because...
Dude, I got all sorts of weird shit in my house. I work for the government.
It's going to be perfect for you and your government job. Because my friend here, he's kind of a new guy, so I can't really vouch for him, but he seems okay for the most part. And he is a smooth fucking talker. We love that. He needs a place to crash. And if I have to look at him for an extended period of time, I'm going to explode. So he can't stay with me. Can he stay with you?
A hard sell.
Well,
I think it's gonna be fine.
is he? Are they both looking over still? Are you both looking over?
You see Mox, the wiry and wild-haired, sunburned man, sitting there petting a dog drone, who is now playing Sympathy or Friend of the Devil.
Sweet, a boombox. Your dogs don't pee on my floor. And
Mate, no, he doesn't do that. That would be stupid to include that detail.
All dog, no negatives.
Oh.
So that's a bonus.
okay, well, don't call me stupid, but okay. Yeah, but you can sleep in my house. And
Wait, this is where I'm.
And Mox walks over and just takes the seat that B had left empty.
So, is it awkward? Apparently, are you the one I'm going to be staying with?
yeah, Ferdy said you have to buy me 3 beers for that, though. I don't know if Ferdy sets the rent rate, and I don't get to choose, but that's what she said, so you
Hell,
have
you
that.
know, that's a fair lot. I've heard worth.
This is great. Sounds good.
And as Mox steps up to go buy 3 beers, he's gonna lean back really quick.
I just have to ask one thing before I go over there. Did you say celery earlier? Or salary?
What are you talking about?
We're gonna get along great, I'm sure.
And walks off to buy 3 beers.
You're the best dog. Thanks. Appreciate it. I owe you several.
Why is everybody being so nice to me?
You're probably just gonna die in a couple days. It's no big deal.
All right,
Say that
so
out loud.
our collective evenings are going to continue with their frivolity and wonderful things that might be happening off camera. We're gonna let that all happen off camera. We're gonna go to the next morning, and we are gonna start with Galen. Galen, you have been in Solace for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
For the time being, you've just been staying in your Winnebago.
Yep. It's convenient. It's convenient in
Super
itself.
convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Winnebago itself is parked up on, not out in the open, but it's not down at the bottom of the canyon. It's at the top of the canyon, but it's in one of the sheltered, shielded parking bays.
Like an RV lot somewhere.
Yeah, but a cool one.
Nice.
And so you wake up and you're used to this. And you're not working a job right now. And you've got this kind of weird, nebulous new partnership conglomeration. What are you going to do today?
God, it's so much like real life. I'm gonna have a small, like, existential crisis while sitting there staring at the lack of breakfast options in the Winnebago. And I'm gonna try to search around for some sort of t-shirt that isn't, like, he'll pick a couple of them up and, like, that doesn't smell too bad, and then finally, like, put it on. And he'll open up the Winnebago and kind of, like, sort of stumble out there, no boots on, so just black leather pants, a white t-shirt, trucker cap, no shoes. He'll just kind of stretch. Oh, and then he'll hear another door open and all like that. It's like, morning, Bill.
Hey.
Oh, long fucking night last night, huh?
I was driving. I just got in like 2 hours ago.
Oh, damn. That's a bitch. You
Job's
see
a
anything
job.
out in the world?
Out here, it's, black as shit. between all these damn plexes. I just follow what's on the screen, going from, point A to point B.
So Galen will sit there, and he's got a folding chair that he's set up, and there's this like the bright green fake indoor-outdoor carpet that you put near the RV. He's got that sitting there, and just a cooler of warm beers. And he'll sit down and just kind of lean back into one, hand Bill one, and pick one out and just crack it open and start drinking early in the morning. And they'll shoot the breeze for a while from there. And eventually, does he know where Dog's house is, or has he only really been to like the bar and Drall's place and stuff like that?
Galen's been to 2 places so far.
Okay.
And Dog's house is not on the list.
Dog's house is not on the list. Cool. So eventually he'll get somewhat more dressed and try to like stumble over in the direction of Drall's place.
Sure.
Because that's the only place he knows where to go at the moment.
Yeah. So by this point, let's say late morning, 10:30, 11 probably.
Rock and roll morning. Got it.
Yeah. You slept late. Bill got in late. You hung out for a while. You might have dozed off.
Yeah.
But, so you're rolling in brunch time. You know that since you're up on the top of the canyon, there's stairs and elevators to take you down to the canyon floor, that main promenade. It is hot, but the canyon itself does have a little bit of a breeze, so it's tolerable out here in the middle of the desert. And this time of day, this place is in full swing. So you are coming out of the elevator, that cool, not air conditioned, but cooler than the desert air.
Yeah.
You get kind of smacked in that face with that wall of stale heat. And you're just accosted by noise. People buying, selling, haggling, talking about food. Just, you can't even pick out individual voices. It's just kind of everything happening all at once right now.
Yeah. Galen will come out of the elevator and just do one of these kind of things.
Yeah.
Just like, God damn.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh.
And where that particular elevator exited, there are a lot. I was going to say a good handful, but a lot of food carts. It's kind of like a little corridor. Think of the bottom of the Canyon of Solace, this main promenade, like a big riverbed with lots of little tributaries coming into and off of it. Some of them are more food, fry bread, coffee, sandwiches, fresh fruits grown deeper in the canyons, like deep in the rock walls. Another little tributary shopping mall kind of might be used clothes, boots, some repair shops. A lot of the clothing and gear here in Solace has been repaired and upgraded, worn time and time again. You're not going to the Metroplex to buy a new pair of boots. When your boots break, someone cobbles them for you. Another one over here might be car parts, drone gear, weapons. There's all this kind of stuff. You just have to know where to find it. You've barely scratched the surface of learning your way around. Like you said, you know where 2 places are, and you can kind of guess.
Yeah.
With some signs, but you know that this other words are hard. You know that this elevator gives you pretty quick access to some food places. There's a little cart where they've got a real mean, like Turkish brew coffee.
Yeah, I was gonna say Galen will probably to get the hangover to go away. First of all, just kept drinking, but secondly, he'll grab a couple of coffees and like some flatbreads or something, like whatever somewhat. He'll splurge on the coffee, but he'll go cheap on the pastries, so to speak, as he's trying to make his way over to Drall's, because he knows that she's still probably not awake. And if he's gonna show up there unannounced, it's least with coffee will not get him shot immediately, probably.
And this particular place, they did kind of like a breakfast naan, that real nice naan that's cooked on the inside of the thing, not a pot. You know what I'm talking about. You know how naans cook. That one.
Dude, I haven't had dinner. This is...
Yeah, I was just like, I'm starving now.
And hey.
Tandoori fried chicken, what? What?
Oh.
In the identical world, I have a reputation to maintain. So we're talking about breakfast. And they make a real nice breakfast naan. They put a little bit of honey, a little bit of cinnamon. A couple of them have like a paste inside of it that's like cashews and dates, and that's good enough. Yeah, cashews and dates and honey and cinnamon.
So edged right now.
And if we're talking about that coffee, we've got, there's no cream. It's just a nice, real sweet, real dark. Dark as night, sweet as sin. So you've got a couple cups of coffee. You've got a handful of this naan. You're making your way to Drall's place. And, the camera's going to pan away from you walking for a second. Hey, B. Where does B wake up?
There's only one right answer to this, B.
I can think of a couple different right answers, so I'm real curious which one we get to.
Smothered in thighs.
So, V wakes up with a pair of random combat boots that she didn't know she had.
Mismatched.
Yes, they're like untied and everything. And then she's wearing the pretty lady's jacket with like extremely messed up hair. There is nobody in B's apartment, and she cannot remember the pretty lady's name.
But you kind of stumble around your apartment for a bit, and you've got a little kind of section off in the corner where you've made a little vanity for yourself. You got a nice mirror. You've got, bits and pieces you've built over the years that you're just really happy with and you're proud about. And there is something tucked into the edge of the glass and the frame of your mirror.
What? What is this? I'm gonna take that out of the mirror.
And it is a little... It feels almost like paper. But then you get it between your fingers and it's micro thin, flexible metal. You can just tell by the feel on your finger pads. It's off-white, kind of silverish. And when you looked at it, it was just straight silver, just plain. You plucked it out, you looked at it, you flip it over, and there is a little collection of shapes, almost like a tangram. Like in the middle, looks really artistic, and your eyes are so blurry, you have no idea what it looks like, or what it is, or what it's for, or how it got there.
She's gonna lick it.
You know when you lick a 9-volt?
Fantastic. That'll wake me right up.
It also smells kind of pretty.
Yeah, I was gonna sniff it next.
you're not sure if the item itself has a little bit of a perfume to it, or maybe that's just
The jacket?
floating, wafting in the air off the jacket. Yeah, you're not sure.
Oh, that's so nice. Well, I got art. Real nice time last night. Some new boots and a jacket. I'm gonna find something from my head.
And as B does that, why don't we go over to Dog's place?
Yeah.
What's Mox's first impression on waking up?
Well, Mox heads over and grabs like a beaten up tin coffee mug, pours himself a little bit of the coffee that I assume was probably brewed using coffee grounds that have been used like 3 or 4 times, because you don't want to, that shit is expensive, and turns around to where Dog is sitting and goes,
Look, I will concede that Motley Crue was better in their studio work than the Dead. All right? I admit it. However, they can't hold a candle to the improvisational skills of the Dead. They could go on for hours.
Can I roll for hangover? And how bad it is?
Yes.
What do you want me to add or subtract from that?
Just roll me a d20 and tell me what the number is.
13.
All right. What's your favorite chair? What's Dog's favorite chair in the house?
Dog's favorite chair is going to be a red, sort of microfiber, really beat up recliner that is barely big enough for him.
Cool. So, Dog comes to in the middle of this sentence with Mox. You don't remember who he is? Yeah. Clearly, this has been a bigger conversation, and it's
okay.
You remember going to get beers with B, and here you are.
Okay. Well, you're wrong. Number one, who are you? And 2, was it good for you?
Mox is
doing the calculations, because usually like sex with he's not usually gay until after a certain beer count. So he's like, must have been over 10. Shit.
Mox is a fairly perceptive and intelligent individual, and takes a long drag on the cigarette that he was smoking and sets the coffee mug down and just gives it was incredible.
That's right, baby.
Are you going to be able to walk later? Need some oil? I can go get you some. Right. You are an animal, I think. Are you serious? You don't remember anything?
Oh, I remember everything, baby. Don't worry. It's good stuff.
You made me play an hour straight of the greatest hits of Motley Crue on Argos. I listened to that shit for an hour, and you're telling me you remember none of it?
Well, I mean, it could have been the encoding. I usually listen to Spotify. I don't know what an Argos is. But yeah, I mean, that's mood music, honey.
The drone just gives a little, when you say, I don't know who Argos is, the posted ears of this dog drone Doberman just give a little,
Oh,
we got.
Hey, there's it's like realization a little bit washes over Dog and sees Argos and goes, he wasn't involved in this, right?
Well, I mean, he may have like licked your butt a little bit, but I don't consider that involved. That's
I don't
barely
think
involved.
that counts. All right. Whew, yeah, it was good. Yeah, especially if we're doing an hour of the crew. I mean, it must have been pretty good.
Mox is going to go over and grab a second beaten up tin coffee mug, pour a little bit more of the coffee, because he's been up for and talking apparently to himself and or Argos and or dog, one of the dogs, and what brings a coffee to dog. And you did have quite a few. What'd you get to, 11 last night?
Had to been at least. Thank you, baby. Do you want some breakfast? It's the best I can do. Least I can do.
I love that, actually. That'd be great. It's the least you can do, I think, actually.
Yeah. He'll try to blink, but the headache makes him just like not. He'll try to wink, but the headache makes him just blink. Walk over to my fridge. Whatever's in there.
And while the two of you start to scrounge some breakfast, let's go swing over to Drall's place.
Galen will very lightly knock on the steel rusted door. Just kind of lean in real close, listening first, and then just kind of.
As you go to knock, the door opens. Morning, sunshine. Ah! I heard you. I heard you coming. I've been up for hours. I've got everything done. Come on in. Wait, is that for me? And she's gonna take it.
Galen is not ready to match the energy just yet.
Oh yeah.
But he kind of cautiously walks in with it.
Come on, perk up. I'm still a little drunk.
Galen will take a very large swig of Turkish coffee, which if
Real
anybody's
hot.
had, yeah, a little hot and
Real hot.
real strong. So he kind of plops down and looks at Drall and says, "Okay, you've got it all figured out." Yes, nodding heads. Yes.
I'm just fucking with you.
Ah, damn it.
Okay. And she, as she lowers her voice, because she's now no longer screaming at you. I've been up for a while. I've already done work. I killed 2 guys, so that was a good day. But I didn't actually kill anybody yet. But I have been working, so half is real, half is a lie. Like all things.
Fair enough. Yes, like all things. Speaking of, we kind of dropped off our new business partner at a random person's house last night.
Not random. I know Dog.
Okay.
I mean,
We have a name. That's
most
good.
people know Dog. I mean, not his name is Dog, but I've seen him and heard him. Anyway, so they're probably getting on famously, I would probably say.
Fair enough.
But yeah, we should probably go check on him.
What are we gonna do with him? Because we kind of just said we'd help him build this mega weapon.
I don't know that we said we'd help him build it. I think it was all in how it was worded. I said I could get him what he needed.
Fair.
Never said what that was. But so the way that I see it, we're kind of winning here. I mean, he seems useful. He seems like a pretty decent thing. So I say let's ride this. Let's ride this out and see where it takes us. Because I love adventure.
True.
And I think he could lead us somewhere.
For a second, Galen's gonna go Drall for just a second and take a sip of the coffee, and it's like, well, you certainly were smitten with him yesterday over your love of the Grateful Dead and other classic music that I very much know.
The Grateful Dead is ass. I didn't want to hurt his feelings. Rush
No.
is the ultimate Rush all the time. So anyone else can suck an egg because it's just the holy triumph for it, and nothing else can measure up to that. And I don't want to break it to him, but anyway, so yeah, I mean, I don't ever like to make enemies. So if it looked like I was smitten, probably did it right.
Fair enough. So what's on the docket for us today? Are we just going to do a shopping list, or do we need to go murk a few boys?
I don't really have anything on my agenda. I just needed to get package A to carrier B and package D to carrier A. And gosh, I've been walking for hours, but Turkish coffee gets me there. So 2 or 3. So let me explain my jittering energy. Sorry about that.
Fair enough.
So yeah, when it comes to the jobs that Drall typically takes, does she have a primary point of contact? Is there a job board, a message board? Like, how does she operate?
I feel like there are intercommunications networks in Solace that can kind of say, "Hey, be on the lookout for." It's kind of like a public service announcement sort of situation, like be on the lookout for someone disguised as blank or blah 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 or whatever. I feel like there's an inner working that she can like log into and kind of see that from the guys who are, so I feel like she basically like logs onto a coded message board and she gets her assignments for the day, or she picks up assignments. She's like an Uber driver. She decides what she takes.
Uber for crime.
Yeah.
All right.
It's gonna catch. Don't worry about it. It's gonna catch on.
Can't be worse than X. So you are hanging out, chit-chatting, waking up a little bit with some good coffee, some snacks. You did a few jobs this morning. Not enough to pay the bills, but enough to buy some dinner. And now that you kind of have a bigger crew to work with, you can click over into some of the bigger job boards and see what's out there.
Ooh, I browsed. Ooh.
So you can start browsing some of the boards. You can start seeing what's available. Does Drall feel like she's in charge of making this decision, or does she want to involve Galen, or does she want to pretend to involve Galen?
I think that at this stage in their relationship, honesty is the best policy. And she is going to completely include him in most everything. She does not give him names of contacts. She does not give him locations. She gives him just the skeleton of what
sure.
doing.
Yeah, you've lived in Solace your whole life, so you've got your own little network of people you work with. Of course, you're not going to divulge that. You don't even have to have that on the screen. Like, that's just part of your operating knowledge. But you can set the filters to just show kind of the basics of the jobs without going into the deeper details based on your experience and reputation within the city and within the people that are kind of doing this stuff. So the two of you can sit here and kind of scroll through some jobs and see what's going on. It's not a quick decision, so you two can make that decision for a little bit. Let's switch over to Mox and Dog. Y'all have been having some breakfast. Dog, you do have kind of a typical routine, and even though this weirdo's here, you probably got some work to do. So what's your day look like?
Wake up, get me some coffee in quotes, eat some stuff out of the fridge. Let's see here. Probably make my bed, which means throwing a sheet neatly over my chair. My favorite chair. And then just go check my knickknacks and see what my workshop's doing, make sure nobody stole nothing, and then start tinkering. Really. And if I feel froggy, I'll head on into town and check for some parts for my special project.
Now, last night you did do the thing, and you remember doing the thing that you hauled in a good win of salvage.
Oh, so I do remember that.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, this thing. That's right.
Did that stay at your shop? Did that go to B's shop? I don't remember. Where did that go?
We divvied those up.
I don't remember bringing that back though. How did that?
So when you go out to your shop, you see a big old pile of ripped up motorbikes.
Yep.
And that kind of fills in some of the blanks of, oh, you got a little bit of work you can do on this.
Yeah. See if what I can salvage out of that. That'd be nice.
Mox, as Dog is kind of starting to putt around and do some work, what are you up to?
I had a quick question on that.
Yeah.
So on the note of Dog's work, I heard the word tinkering in there, and I have to ask if his dog is your mechanical stuff in the house. Do you have a separate workshop that you go to, or is it in here?
I mean, I've got a little shop off to the side, but you know how it goes. It starts to kind of bleed over.
Boy, do I.
Just I want to be comfortable while I'm tinkering with this. And, stuff gets scattered around a little bit.
So given the fact that Mox was up earlier and not hungover, Mox would like to have poked around through this to try to get an idea of what he was working on.
Okie dokie.
Would that GM be an engineering check to try to see if I can figure out what he was working on here? Or electronic? Or electronic? I don't know, because I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Whether it's electronics or engineering.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. This is going to be real fun. Here's what we're going to do. Pete.
Yes.
I would like you to secretly pick a number between 10 and 15.
Okay.
All right. Whatever skill Mox chooses to use, let's roll that skill. Tell us what skill Mox has rolled.
Do I get...
No, you're picking.
Am I trying for between a 10 and 15? Because that very much influences which I use. Because one is a plus 14, which kind of fucks me over.
I'm not telling you how these numbers are going to be combined.
Okay.
I'm making shit up tonight, kids. This is going to be great.
Okay. Dirty 20 is my total.
Woo!
For electronics.
Okay. If we take that number, Pete, what's the sum that we get?
Okay, take a number between
add it to the
what?
dirty 20. Add the number you picked to the dirty 20.
A 34.
Cool. So, Mox, you see all these different projects, and you start your brain kind of running how you would connect all of these projects. And you're not sure if he's intending to do the things that you see them being able to do. Like, you're seeing a whole bunch of Lego pieces dumped out, and you're pretty sure you know that it was the race car set, but it feels like it might be a pirate ship right now, like half pirate ship, but you know it's a race car. And you figure you're thinking, I think I might need to suss this kid out a little bit more and figure out where he's going before I start jumping in to make some assumptions and asking for help. Because you know what you can do with these parts and how big the explosions can be, and you don't know what his jive is.
So Mox did have the intention of starting to leave and form his own network of contacts in this new place, see who's who in the underground tech world here. But a knot to be unraveled is something that's just so hard to let alone. Just gotta pull on it some more. So he's just going to subject Dog to the fundamentals of the Grateful Dead. Now that he is going to remember it and not forget it again, we have to go over this again. You clearly don't remember why Box of Rain is so brilliant. And just going to observe how Dog is using these parts.
And while that's starting to happen,
So why is it like, how do you, it's okay, if it's a box of rain, it's just water in a box. Is there its own like systems and like jet stream and like as he's like ratcheting and stuff, like is there a whole dang system in fronts? Are there tornadoes? Because like if there's rain, there's probably cold fronts and warm fronts. How big is this box? Man, it don't make sense.
I feel like
You
you're
just
taking
kickstart
it
a heart.
a little too literally here, and we need to take a step back.
All right, again. Give me, come on.
so this is slow work. And after maybe 20 minutes, half an hour, I think the boys decide to take a little bit of a break, and maybe someone knocks on the door.
Oh yeah. So if you are paying attention to your surroundings, boys, you're gonna hear a couple of big old clumpy boots coming up to the door, and then you're just gonna see this skinny ass pale chicken leg with an untied combat boot at the end smash the front door open. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, buddy, what?
Hey,
I like pancakes. Who are you?" I'm just gonna walk into the kitchen and pick up a handful of the food from breakfast and just start stuffing it in their face.
yeah, baby, who am I?
Looking at Dog.
Baby, damn dog, you pulled this. I saw you at the bar and I was thinking you were kind of like Dog's type. But I like your drone. I did want to let you know last night that it looks like his left front paw servo's a little loose, and I think you should probably fix that before you continue to have him walk around.
Mox was going to have a snarky response, but as soon as that is pointed out, his focus goes 100% onto Argus's left foot.
Come here, lift it up.
Check. She pulls one out of the jacket, hands it over.
So Drall and Galen, you two have spent the morning picking out a job.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about that job.
Okay, so the first thing that happens is Galen mentions the job, and it is so funny that you should mention that. I was browsing this morning. Here, take a look. And she is going to let him, like, she's going to motion for him to sit in the chair in front of her little readout. And she's gonna point her finger, moving things. Okay, see down here. Oh, hold on. Down here, you see the little small potatoes. That's what we were working with. Check out what we can do with our new and improved makeshift crew. The chickens. You see the chickens?
Yep, I'm following. So we go with
Big
potato
mother clucker.
to chicken. Big mother
yes.
clucker. Got it.
Small
All right.
potatoes, big mother clucker.
Yep.
Okay? So, very important. It's kind of code, so don't like go fucking run in your mouth or anything like that. But anyway,
Okay.
we were doing the potato one. I want to do the big mother clucker because I've never done a big mother clucker. Okay, that's not completely true. I had 2 botched big mother cluckers, but that's not important. You live and you learn. And I've learned. So what do you say that she just the side of his arm, guy?
he looks back at Drall. He looks at the screen. He looks back at Drall. Then he looks at the price on the one, and he's like,
Yes, those
Yeah.
are numbers.
yeah.
Yes.
Those are numbers. That's a number. Let's do that.
Another clucker.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
So yeah, you understand? Or yeah, yes, that, do that now. Yes.
No, let's do it. Let's try it. What could go
Okay.
wrong? What could go wrong?
She is going to right swipe it, and it goes green and disappears.
All right, and Drall, on your glow, the job pops up and it's got all the full details.
Okay.
Now that you've basically claimed the gig,
Yep.
it's yours. So you've got it in your inbox, you've got the maps, you've got the stuff you're moving from point A to point B, you've got the time frame, you've got the deadlines,
Cool. Yep. Doable.
and
Interesting. Okay. No, we could totally do that. It's no big deal. Okay, yeah, and I see Hank there, and yeah, this is doable. This is, and she's gonna get super close to Galen's face. Doable.
Galen's still not quite woken up, but he's just kind of like, yeah, uh-huh.
She's just gonna take his chin. Perfect. Let's go, and she's gonna boop him on the nose.
He's like, all right, I'm going back to the Bago. I gotta get my stuff.
Okay. There you go. Yeah, fucking the Bago. We love that. Say it more. So I think some sort of acceptance. We kind of have a time frame we're working on. So I'd like to expedite this process. Do you want me to go get Mox?
All right, you go get them. I'll go get Bernadette prepped and get all my stuff because I feel like we're gonna need it. And
I'll just meet you at Bernadette. Is that fine?
Yeah, just bring everybody there.
Cool.
We'll go in Bernadette. We'll figure it out.
The usual spot?
Go from there. Yeah, usual spot.
Okay, sweet. I'll find you.
Yeah. Bill's here this week, so there's no parking next to it.
Oh, that's nice. I haven't seen Bill in forever. I hope he's doing okay.
We had a couple beers this morning. He's doing pretty good.
Oh, good. Fuck, I love that. Love hearing that. We need all the shiny, sunny fucking days we can get around here.
all right, so I think we're gonna make this a smash cut. And we are gonna smash cut to everybody in a group sitting on lawn chairs outside Bernadette, the Winnebago. B, you have brought a very important decision to the group about what music is playing in this little montage of prepping for the job.
Well, I was gonna say something like, Daft Punk, but I'm going to lean into how impulsive B is, and it's gonna be Sandstorm by Darude.
And Argos is playing that right now because B and Argos are really good friends.
Yes! I'm petting Argos, eating handfuls of breakfast still, trying to feed Argos the breakfast as well.
He's bad. He's a bad boy. Playing that music.
He's bad. He's
That's
not bad.
I never taught him what it meant.
But
He's
he
the
might know.
bestest.
And in between all of you, there is a little hollow display coming off of the glow, off of your glow draw. And you've got a map of the countryside outside Solace. And you've got a little line going from point A down to point B. And in the middle of that line is what you're talking about right now. Because your map, which is very detailed based on your experience, and especially having this job. Yeah, you're pinching and zooming. This map is clearly the territory of some people you've had some bad run-ins with before. And unfortunately, this is the only road that gets you from point A to point B within the time frame.
Okay. So as she's reading this, as she's looking, she is just going to full turn around. So now it's time, and she's gonna zoom in. We've got about 10 minutes to play this game. Okay, my favorite game. It's called "What Are You Good At?" Let's go. Dog, what are you particularly good at when things get a little out of sorts?
Literally everything.
I figured you might say something.
Every
like
single
that.
thing that,
Yep.
yeah. I make stuff. I don't put up with no shit either. I will take down a motherfucker.
Oh, good. I like that part. Okay, cool. And your friend here. Hi. I've not like officially met you, but I've seen you around. Obviously, I'm Drall.
Because I remember you, and we have known each other. So like, I'm a little hurt that you don't remember me.
Was I drunk?
Very possible, but I'm still pretty memorable. Thank you, Raleigh Boo.
You are exceedingly memorable, and I feel like such an ass because I was so intimidated. I was like, I know this person. I know this person is a lot better than I am.
Well,
she's gonna try to cover it up.
I hope that you're still using the lights and the pillows that I lent you for your apartment. So.
Oh shit! Oh my god! Hello. Yes.
Hi, sweetheart.
Yes, I am, darling. I am so sorry.
You know what I'm good at.
That was a very long day, and the day before that. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, what are you good at? What do you like to do besides make me feel like an asshole?
Well, that is my favorite thing, but
you're pretty good at
as
it.
you have known for quite a long time, I'm a pretty good shot, but I also like blowing things up. And I also know how to make quite a few little trinkets and drones and
were you gonna make me exploding knives?
I'm sorry, but that's been copyrighted by a guy in the Corpo cities, so I can't actually do that.
I remember you saying that. Yeah, I think that's when I just like erased you from my memory at that point. It wasn't a you thing; it was an informational thing. Sorry about that. I got so much space up here. Okay, cool.
And the night after that, and the whole entire dinner and drinks after that too. The 3 subsequent nights.
Like I said. Those are tough nights. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget you're pretty good at knocking down my goddamn doors.
I am! That's my also favorite thing. I can knock down doors like a motherfucker.
I liked the door knockdown thing. And also, I don't remember the first 3 dates, so maybe we could try again.
To work up to that. Yeah, you're gonna have to work on that. That's
I'm good.
A problem, not a me problem.
Honey, I'm not worried about working hard. I've been doing it my whole life, and I'm pretty good at it. So, and so then, Galen got you, Mox. You fight?
He had that big ass rifle last time. He just didn't fire it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was questioning. Is like I saw it and it was like really pretty, but I wasn't sure if it was like purely decorative or.
Mox is looking at Bede ever since she said what she was good at, and gives you, Drall, a bit of a dismissive.
Yeah, take the while to assemble though, and I'll make things go boom. Did you say you work on drones? Is that how you know if Argos is paw?
Yeah,
Oh, we're gonna have so much to talk about.
I think we will, dear. I think we will. I'm just excited to welcome you into the family, especially since you're sleeping with Dog and whatnot.
Wait, what?
Hey, what?
And that's where we're gonna end this episode.
With 2 people. Wait, what?
Wow. I had some ideas where this episode might go, and we took such a sharp left. I I don't know. I don't know what happened.
What was it that derailed you? I need to know.
Sorry, not sorry.
I can't even describe what happened to the rails after they got derailed, so I don't even remember where this went sideways.
You're a
It
good
was the
sport.
chicken.
Chicken did.
Good sport.
Chicken.
Well,
So
this
much
was
chaos.
this was a hell of a game. I think we had a great time. Folks, thank you so much for putting up with us for the last 2 hours and sitting here with this hell of an excellent game. This has been a blast. Thank you, everybody in the audience tonight in the chat. Thank you, everybody in the audience in the future.
The future.
And I really cannot wait to hear the reaction from people in the future about what we did tonight, because this has been redonkulous.
Gosh.
Don't
You are
forget.
so spicy.
This is great. This is what's great. I love it. Don't forget to come back next Tuesday, same cyber time, same cyber station for Chaos Incorporated. I don't know what's gonna happen next week or the week after. I don't know, but it is time for us to get out of here, because who knows what we're going to do if you let us stay together in the same room for too much longer. Let us hear from everybody signing off, telling who they are, what they're doing, and how they're going to recover from whatever just happened. Kick it off, Mallo.
You can follow everything that I do at Identico and at Humanoid Games, but you can also follow all of my personal stuff at the Mallo Man, literally everywhere under the sun, including the dumpster fire and all the new pseudo trash can fires that are following the dumpster fire.
Wild.
Yes, hello, I am Wildling011 on just about everything. I actually am enjoying 2 weeks off to myself. That's literally what I'm doing. I'm making art. I'm reading books. I encourage you to do the same. Go touch some grass, drink some water, love yourself and others. Okay, mwah, bye.
Pete, how you going to follow that up?
I'm eating fried chicken. Don't follow me on social media or the X or whatever. Actually, you can follow me at the Mallo Man for everything.
Lovely.
And yeah, I'm just gonna be eating fried chicken, and I'll see you Tuesdays. Don't follow me.
Lauren.
Hi guys. I'm Lauren, the traditional hot mess. And I'm just happy to be here. Okay. So I hope you had a fun time, and I hope you have a good week ahead of you, and you have lots of things to smile about. And if not, rewatch this and try to figure out what the fuck happened. So.
And if you find that moment where I clearly lost control, please tell me so I can either duplicate it or never let it happen again.
Leave it as a comment down below.
Yes, please. Ethan, bring us home.
If you do want to follow Lauren and me on any of our stupid adventures, we are Thousand Faces Cosplay on almost everything, doing cosplay and fitness and D&D things. This was a blast, and I can't wait to see Dog and Mox turn into the most unlikely Turk and JD. Feel it in my bones.
And I think you two have some conventions coming up?
We do.
Oh, wow. Thanks for being on it, my dude. You're the best one.
This coming weekend, we are going to be in Westminster, Colorado, doing Ichicon. Next month, we will be in Colorado, or just like 3 weeks after Ichicon, we'll be in Colorado Springs for the Colorado Springs Comic Con. So we are making our way around Colorado right now. So keep an eye open for that.
Although you might not
Everybody
notice
pressure.
them if you see them in the wild.
Everybody pressure the the organizers of ECC and PAX to fly them out here so they can come and see all of our faces here in Seattle.
I want to do ECC.
Just go start pressuring them now, since we'll have a booth at ECC coming up next year. Imagine the synergies. We can even fly Caleb out. Imagine the entire cast being here in Seattle for ECC next year.
I see a Seattle trip. You know what?
That's
I'm
scary.
already in the comments.
That's scary. I am on the socials at the Caleb G. You can also find me right here on Chaos Incorporated. You can find me sometimes over on Farm to Fable. And you can also hear me taking up a ton of archive space over on the RPG Academy. Speaking of which, Acadicon 2023 is right around the corner. That's this year, right? It's 2023.
It is.
I think it is. I put it in my notes, and now these last 2 hours have had me second guessing reality. Acadicon 2023 is right around the corner, so stay tuned for info on tickets, events, and shameless self-promotion. Good night, everybody. We love you. Take care of yourself mentally. Take care of yourself physically. Stay safe. Take your meds. Eat a snack. Drink some water. Touch some grass. Survive. And we'll see you next time.
Mwah! Good night,
Mwah.
everybody.